With a $5 million budget, would you rather go for a single landed property purchase or buy 2 condos instead? So watch me and Harvey thresh it out today.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Property Roundtable with myself and Rama, value adding to your journey of buying and selling a property in Singapore, landed, condo, whatever lah. Okay. Anyway, this topic, right, is actually a question that was posed to us by our client.
Yep.
So today, Rama, condos in Singapore and landed in Singapore, the marketplace is quite different, right?
Yep.
Like, if I were to want to buy a condo today, where can I find it? I mean, where can I buy them? Like, there's resale market, new launches, right? That's it. That's that.
Correct.
Landed market, there's probably more resale. New builds are more rare lah.
It's the other option. It's either resale or you buy super original, then you start building it.
Yeah, correct. So, our client would ask us this question because let's give the profile. This client, right? It's a couple, right? And both of them do not earn similar monthly income. One of them actually earns significantly more than the other.
Okay.
So that is the scenario. Age-wise, they are same age.
Same age.
Their loan tenure-wise is the same.
Same.
Now they are thinking, should they buy 2 condo? So Rama,
I only got one question before I answer.
Yeah.
The same age is what age?
40.
40. Okay, can.
Okay. So they are both 40 years old. So Rama, how would you tackle this question? How would you, what would you be inclined towards from your, as a realtor perspective? Which one are you more inclined towards?
So you said the right thing, bro. As a realtor's perspective.
Yes.
So every realtor has a different perspective.
Yes.
Based on their risk appetite, based on their knowledge, whatever they've acquired over the years, and their experiences.
Yes.
So as a buyer or client, it is good for you to listen to a few.
Yeah.
You will get either a lot of knowledge or you get very confused.
Yeah.
Okay. So, again, but nonetheless, you still have to talk to a few people to understand, there are different opinions, different views. So this episode is the same thing. We may have different opinions and different views. We may also share the same, but for this episode, we are going to take 2 different sides. Okay.
Yes.
So your question again, bro.
So as a realtor, right? Which would you, let's say the client comes to you with this question. As a realtor, which one would you lean towards? Buying one landed for 5 million or buying 2 condos for a combined value worth of 5 million?
Okay. For me, I would assess them as a family, as a unit.
Yeah, as a unit. Okay.
Husband, wife, kids. What is the family dynamics?
Yes.
I would ask a lot of questions where the kids are studying, how they travel to work and how their kids travel and all these things. So many things surrounding it, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, their lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle have they been used to? We have discussed this before.
Yes.
If there's someone who loves to spend on food, travel, everything, I also need to figure out, okay, if they go and put
everything
into one basket.
Yeah.
Okay, are they able to enjoy those benefits?
Yeah.
And if those benefits are important to them, they cannot compromise on those things, then I cannot be pushing a one .
Yeah.
But unfortunately or fortunately, today I'm choosing the landed side.
Yeah.
Okay. I may want to also tell them, depending on the risk appetite of the person, their character as well. And if I feel that they are able to do it, I would say things like this line, this is my line. If you don't do this now, then when are you going to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because if you're going to be 40, fine.
Yeah.
Again, prime.
Yes.
You can't do this at 50.
Yes.
Right? So my suggestion to them would be, go for this. Try it out. But later you don't want, also can downgrade.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think if I were to give a perspective towards buying 2 condos, I mean, this channel, we've spoken a lot about landed. I think the nuances of why people want to buy a landed and the characteristics of the buyers who want to buy a landed and why they need it, we are quite clear with the dynamics. So typically they need more space. Typically they are thinking very far ahead. They want to take a space. They want to take a position in a space that they find that there's stability, there's less inventory. I think we've spoken a lot about this. And beyond that, there's also a lot more growth story in terms of having your own piece of land and then doing it up. Now, let's talk about the condo scene. I think for the couple to consider buying 2 condos, right, one of them actually earns more than the other.
Okay.
So I think for a couple to buy 2 condos, right, I think the ideal kind of characteristic should be both of them being the same age, have the same loan tenure. So that's perfect. One of them earns significantly more than the other.
Okay.
I think that serves a bit of a concern. If both of them earn quite the same, means that they are possibly looking to buy 2 units of round about the same quantum or slightly more, a bit stretch is fine. But if one of them earns significantly lesser than the other, right, means the target of whatever condo that they're going to buy separately could be in different form and shape.
Yep.
I give you an example. If they buy 2 units, one is a 3-bedder. If they earn pretty much the same, one 3-bedder and the other 3-bedder, they can use one and lease out the other one. Correct? But if they don't earn as much, one of them don't earn as much, maybe they buy a 2-bedder, 2 plus 1 bath. Then the other one, they buy a 3-bedder. They can still use. But if one fine day they need to exit one position, right? It clearly cannot be the position that is the 3-bedder because they need a place to stay.
Correct.
But if you want dynamism, means you can take advantage of the market given that you have 2, I call it rolling positions, right? Then ideally both of them should be the same size.
Yep.
So one of the things that people have to consider if they want to buy 2 condos is affordability round about the same. It's the strategy to always keep one leased out, or it's interchangeable that, I can move to the other unit and lease out with it.
Because you're choosing the other side for today, right? It's going to make it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
But it's real. This is real. Okay. Families, couples that we face today.
Yes.
Okay. Not the same as our parents.
Okay.
Okay. In this day and age where taboo word divorces are very high.
Yeah.
Okay. When we meet couples, they are also very, very okay. If I'm buying 2 properties, which one? You take the big one or I take the big one? But
Correct.
Then
Correct.
a lot of things that we need to manage while we are in the presentation. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So I'm getting it right.
Yeah. I think that because of things like additional buyer stamp duty, there will be a lot of considerations when people buy properties together, given there's a property count.
Yeah.
I think separating property purchases is from the get-go it's above board. However, as a couple, right, I guess when you make your plans together to acquire one house, I think it's quite clear they want to pursue, let's say, in the landed scene. But I think buying 2 condos is typically a more strategic kind of decision, which is driven a lot based on investment or in fact of what Rama is talking about. Some couples may even find it more safe to buy 2 different properties. So each one own one. Then if there's anything moving forward, then it's also a clean there's no need to
depend on which one is the matrimonial house, bro.
yeah, correct. But regardless, I think if the day push comes to shove, right, I think that it's easier to make the planning. But if you look at 2025, if you look at the market today, there's definitely a lot of options out there for people who want to buy 2 condos.
Yeah.
So one of the main reasons this couple asked this question also because there is fatigue.
Yeah.
When it comes to seeking a landed property, that I think a lot of people are getting more and more fatigued because they can't really find something that they like. And then there's a lot of times that one of the clients I work with, he told me that he is having some disagreements with his spouse in regard to buying this landed property because one is very capital driven, capital gains driven. One is very lifestyle and I need it today using this account driven. So in that regard, perhaps buying 2 condos could be the direction for them.
Yep.
Because the house should not be something that causes a divide. It should always be a joint decision. And joint decision doesn't mean you have to jointly buy a property. You have to come to a joint decision of, maybe it's better we buy 2 condos.
Yep.
So another reason I can think of is perhaps like pretty much just harmony.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Rama, if someone were to say that, hey, you know what? Regardless of the plan, right? I think I want to buy. I want to have the best of both worlds. How about if I buy a landed and I buy a condo? Can I achieve or not? 5 million.
I rather
Hybrid
would,
lah.
okay, it can, but it all boils down to whose name the lender is going to be, bro. Because today, when you suggest this kind of thing, the eyes open up. The wife will look at husband will look at wife.
Yeah.
Then they both look at me
Yeah.
and you. It's like, okay, who's going to buy under which one?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of. I wouldn't say fear, but fear lah.
Yeah.
Then I rather not go into that. Okay.
Yes.
So I would rather suggest you buy together.
Yeah.
I can still get you another property.
Yeah.
Just that it's not residential lah.
Oh yes, yeah. There are other options.
Yeah.
lah.
Because anyway, it's going to be investment, right? So it's not residential.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. So Rama correctly pointed out that actually there are many ways to skin the cat. But just that we more often not normal consumers, they are always more geared towards residential, even because it's a product that they are familiar with, it's things that they are comfortable with, and but any products that's outside of that, they probably never touch it. I always say this: there's likely a lot of people who will only ever buy a house. They probably will not an insurance. They will probably never invest in a stock. They probably will never buy a bond. They probably will never buy any other kinds of properties in any form or shape. But in today's market, as people begin to evolve, right? I think I would say that the buyers out there are more sophisticated and are starting to explore because they like real estate generally in Singapore. But they don't like to fork out additional stamp duties for not just for the lack of like paying or anything. I think they really have a problem forking out this additional buyer stamp duty because it can be quite hefty.
Yeah, of course.
So the whole dream of buying something else extinguishes the moment they think of ABSD. But if there are other things that they can consider, then great lah. So
recently, the one of the units that I was marketing, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a HDB house, okay, and there's an ethnic quota, and they really couldn't sell it, okay, and somehow it's more than $1 million, and it's still the cheapest already, okay. Now they want to buy landed, and that they found a property that's really good, okay. So they say, hey Rama, I really like this house, I want to buy. I don't mind paying the ABSD. I said, what? 20%. Then I said, yeah. Can you just tell me how much is it? Then I said, about 600,000. Then I said,
mad lah.
okay, I just add on to my lender. I think I can still make. Whoa! He tell me, that means the quantum is 2.9.
Yeah.
Then he add 3, it's 3.5.
Yeah.
He said next time he can still sell more than 3.5. Then I said, sir, relax.
Yeah.
Okay, relax. This 600, so you can buy non-residential property.
Correct.
After you buy your lender.
Correct. So, like again, realtors have their different perspectives, but we are aggregation of our clients' experiences. And why is it seeing things through the lens of a realtor who's been around is sometimes a shortcut to I would say a shortcut to your decision point is because we sometimes also see different perspectives. We also hear of certain like decisions made by people that could be of a success or like also it could crash and burn.
Yep.
But every time and every era will change and markets are always moving. Albeit our clients are also very restricted nowadays in terms of buying additional stuff.
Yep.
And incomes will rise, but perhaps in the last few years, the market has moved a bit faster than income growth, and people are starting to become more concerned and careful with their decisions. So, Rama, given that if let's say someone says, oh, so now you're suggesting that, okay, I buy a landed and buy another non-residential property. So that is your suggestion?
Yes. I mean, that is one of the suggestions.
Yeah.
But if the affordability is there and there are readily available units that is in the market with existing tenancy, I may propose that. That depends.
Yeah.
Again, it also depends on the likes of the buyer, the purchaser as well. Because sometimes they, like you say, right? I know I only want residential.
Yeah.
Then you can't, right? Yeah.
Actually, there are multiple ways to do it. I think if it's me, I think I can even give an example. I would probably give a suggestion that you can even buy a landed and a condo as well. Albeit how you allocate the money, right? at the table, we have another way to allocate the money that can make you achieve that as well. Because after all, right, landed is about taking a position.
Yes.
Whether you really use it yourself, that's another thing altogether. We are beginning to see a new group of people who say that, hey, Harvey, we just want to buy the landed house. I'm just going to rough it out. The house is definitely not it's not tops in terms of what I'm looking for, but I'll be damned if I don't make a move, right? Because I know for a fact that this move, it may not be my most comfortable in terms of environment-wise, but I think in financial-wise, it gives us that quantum leap. So,
bro, there's another possibility also. Just came to my mind. If they are in the mindset of buying two residential properties, one being landed and the other being investment property, which is a condo. Okay. As you know, the SSD is about 3 years. Right? So minimum holding period for any residential property is 3 years, right? So if they concurrently go and do a purchase of a landed, they get to stay in the landed, property price appreciate. I'm very sure about it for landed, okay, over the period of 3 years. So now you can sell the landed if you want to. At the same time, if you want to keep your cost low, your loan low, okay, but you are able to do without having a tenant, then go for the new launch. Because it's progressive payment anyway, towards the 3 years. So by the 3 years still period, you can still sell what?
Yes, correct.
Right?
So again, right, there are multiple products and solutions in the market. You may have heard many suggestions from different people, but at the end of the day, at the table, right, what we're trying to do, right, is to ensure that your eyes are open and your conviction is formed on what are potential hurdles you might face in future. I think walking into any place, as salespeople, they do best is sell. But at the table, right, we believe that the selling is the only selling that we may be most concerned about is not about selling you the product that's on the market right now. It's when you exit your selling in future. I think that's more important because we want to ring fence your decision so that you don't have the, if Rama told me this, I wouldn't have made this decision. Or if Harvey had told me this, I would have made a different decision. I think that's what we're trying to capture. And in the future episodes, right, they were going to share more pain points. But one of the biggest pain point actually at the round table that we face ourselves, the biggest pain point, right, is actually we don't have a lot of inventory in the market right now. And I want to shout out together with Rama to what kind of listings what kind of houses the buyers are looking out for. I think we are beginning to see a bigger group of people who are going to stretch and look at semi-Ds, the smaller ones. So if you are an owner of a semi-D that you probably, feel like you don't want to take care of it anymore, and you happen to be in one of the districts that we commonly talk about, feel free to reach out to us.
And at the same time, we plan to do walkabout in some of the districts. So as Avi was sharing in the previous episode, clients coming up to us and appreciating the videos and saying hi to every one of us. That really means a lot to us. Okay. Do come and say hello to us if we are in your neighborhood. And if you want us to come to your neighborhood, just drop down in the comment below which neighborhood that is also.
And also, if your property is a really old one and it's below 4 million and you just couldn't take care of it, also couldn't hack it. I think we also have clients who are looking to buy and do some form of rebuilding. So if you happen to be owners of such properties or are thinking of such, you have this property and don't know what to do with it, right? Please reach out to us. At the link below, there will be where you can find us on the landing page. Or if you can't find us, as we continue to tweak what's going forward, right? Just reach out to Rama and I individually. We'll get back to you and have a chat with you. So again, thanks for watching. And if you haven't liked nor subscribed to our channel, please do so. And also, I hope our regular viewers can do us a favor, which is to share our videos out as well. No need to keep to yourself because you watch, right? You can share with other people. If you think it's good, then continue to share with other people. And if your neighbors around your estate are looking to have some ideas about what's ongoing and what's the next move they want to make for their properties, right? Please feel free to recommend us. We are realtors by training, realtors for full-time job, and part-time social media content creators. So our full-time job is still realtor. So thank you so much, and see you in our next episode. Thank you.